And that being said, I want you to remember also the sheriff's office down in Orlando, because I know the victims are having a hard, but also the police department, because they've had to go in there and have to help the families go through their tragedy. Next, we have Councilman Tommy Hazori. He's representing the city council. We have reached out to many of the council members, and they've reached back. Tommy was available tonight to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Hetty. Today, all across America, we're all straight and we're all members of the LGBT community. For that is the reason we're here tonight, as they are here in places like this, all over our great country. Remember, they say America built, let's make America great again. We are great. We want to make it even better. We will. And the beat goes on. 50 victims at least. We hear more. 53 injured. This time Orlando. When does it stop? Today we experience the largest mass killing in our nation's history. Was it ISIS or was it bigotry? Or was it both? Tonight, we're hearing from the diversity that is Jacksonville. All of us are one city and one Jacksonville. Let us never forget that. Tonight, we offer our prayers and our deepest condolences to the victims, to their families, and to their loved ones. All of those who experience, as we experience today, although we're not there, the horrible tragedy that took place in Orlando at 2 o'clock this morning. Today I texted Mayor Buddy Dyer of Orlando, offering my prayers for his city and my thanks for his leadership and the leadership of the first responders there. Let's give them all a big round of applause. Like so many leaders, he is being tested to the fullest, and he is meeting that challenge. We too are being challenged and tested in many, many ways. Too often, humanity has gone from discourse to discrimination and from hatred to mass murder. Let us tonight pray for forgiveness for those who attempt to destroy our will and test our solidarity. Let us tonight pray for the victims and their families and their loved ones of today's Orlando massacre. Lest we forget, we are a great country. The United States of America. One nation, one city, one Jacksonville, under God, with liberty and justice, yes, justice for everyone. God bless us all and God bless America. Thank you very much. George Morgan, support of the LGBT amendment.
Thank you so much. So much, Tommy. You know, when I heard it this morning, I too had a heavy heart. And I just wanted to be here this evening to pray with you, to mourn with you, and to stand with you as we fight a fight that is against humanity. If one person dies, we all die. We cannot let what happened to these 50 individuals who lost their lives just trying to enjoy their lives. It is so sad to me when we cannot go anywhere. We can't go to a mall. We can't go to a restaurant. We can't go to a club. Or church. We can't go anywhere without feeling fear. Well, tonight, I don't want our community to be in fear. I want us to be strong. I want us to be bold. I want us to stand together as one and believe that there is a better day and we can create that better day. I want to thank you for coming out here tonight. This is such a beautiful sight. If you just turn turn around and look at who's here. We are standing together, and that's what this is about. Our prayers go out to the victims, it goes out to the families, it goes out to the first responders, it goes out to everyone who's working together in Orlando to try to put back some kind of regular, normal lifestyle, which is going to take a while. And for this to happen in Orlando, the happiest city in the world, the land of Mickey Mouse, this is extremely tragic. So God be with you tonight. God bless you, and thank you for allowing me to speak.
Mickey Mouse is even sad tonight, believe me.
I want to remind you guys that we still have bottled water over here. If anybody wants water, we have tons, because I want you to stay hydrated. And there's also candles that we'll be lighting later, just to remind you they're floating around here. So he's right in the middle. He just held his hands up with a bunch of candles if anybody wants one. And we'll be also later singing, and we'll be handing them out. Next, we're going to have members of the community. First, we're going to be joined by AJ Menendez.
First and foremost, my heart goes out to all the families who've lost, and to all the people who are still sitting in the hospital fighting for their lives. When I heard about this morning at 8 o'clock, like most of you, I was filled with rage. But I had to put my rage in check, and I wrote a blog that I wanted to share with each of you. I speak here today not only as a member of the LGBT community, but as a part of the human race. We must fight back in the way we always do, united. When I say fight back, I don't mean with violence either. We've got to stand united just as we did with 9/11. We can't give in to the fear that they are trying to spread. We will all rise above this. Pulse is a gay nightclub, therefore the LGBT community was affected. They were having a Latin night, therefore the Latin community was affected. People died, therefore humanity was affected. No matter what color you are, your race, your sexual preference, we're all affected. I may be a little person here in Jacksonville, and my voice may not carry far all by itself, but united we can go far. Bin Laden and his actions shook us to the core, but it didn't break us. This won't break us either. Donate blood, be supportive, get involved in your communities. Stand together as one. That's how we're gonna fight this. Get involved and fight back. Thank you for letting me speak.
Next, I'm going to welcome to the stage a group of friends that has been fighting in the community for a long time, and why I wanted to come up together, because sometimes, we've got to be united. I'm going to have Dan Merkin from the Jacksonville Coalition for Equality, Jimmy Cadet from the Jacksonville Coalition for Equality, Cindy Watson from Jasmine, and Andrew
I'm Jimmy McGinn, and you all know how I feel about this stuff. I keep talking. Feels like we come to this park and talk all the time whenever our community is under attack or when we need our civil rights expanded. But once again, we find our community under attack, and we find our civil rights an afterthought, but not for long. So I have thought with anger about what happened a few hours ago in Orlando. And I thought I can't talk about it. So I'm just gonna read something that comes down through the ages that speaks to this moment for me. And then I know Cindy and Dan and Andrew will have more to say. But the old preacher said, the ultimate weakness of violence is that it is a descending spiral. begetting the very thing it seeks to destroy. Instead of diminishing evil, it multiplies it. Though violence may murder the liar, you cannot murder the lie. You cannot establish the truth. Through violence, you may murder the hater, but you do not murder hate. In fact, violence merely increases hate. Returning violence for violence multiplies violence, adding deeper darkness to a night already devoid of stars. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. I love you all.
Good afternoon. None of us are safe until all of us are safe. My heart is breaking over this horrible act of violence against our LGBT friends and family in Orlando tonight. This day, June 12th, will be forever marked in our community as a day of grief and sadness. As President Obama said earlier today, this was an act of terror and hatred, and this could have happened in any one of our communities. Here in Jacksonville, just a couple of hours from Orlando, this act is especially shocking and painful. Tragedies like this have a profound impact across the LGBT community, and none are more vulnerable to the devastation of attack and hatred than our young people. Many in that Orlando club were young people. Our LGBTQ young people face bullies and haters every day in their schools, their neighborhoods, their homes. An event like this triggers the fear, the anguish, and the hopelessness that plagues them and all of us, and that drives so many of our other long-lasting problems. So I want to urge all people in the LGBTQ community tonight, young and old and in between, to take care for your heart, to reach out for support, to find courage in the face of this terrible, terrible tragedy, and to hold each other as we stand together. I also know this tragedy is a blow to our Muslim brothers and sisters. And we will not hold the Muslim community, who are also our friends and neighbors, responsible for the heinous act of one person. We will stand together with all our friends and allies tonight and in the days to come. Many of us here are on the front lines of work for equality and acceptance in the LGBT community, in Jacksonville, in Florida, in the nation. And this must be our galvanizing moment. We must come together to wrest the days from those who hate. We must stand together with Orlando, with the LGBT community, with the Muslim community, with our young people, to fight hate and discrimination on every front. In Jacksonville, we must pass a fully inclusive human rights ordinance to send the most powerful message possible to anyone who would dare to attack us, that this city will not stand for hate and violence and discrimination. Our LGBT youth, more than most, need our solidarity and our action to make Jacksonville a safer place. They are coming of age in a time filled with tremendous change and liberation, but also a time of terror. We must do everything in our power to usher in civil rights legislation, to protect our young people, to make our city and our state and our country a place where all of us will be safe and strong together. None of us are safe until all of us are safe. And none of us are free until all of us are free.